Good evening and welcome to our game of Blue Rose, Her Majesty's Chanterelle. First of all, apologies for those of you who've been waiting a long time to get to see this, but we have had a large break in the middle as unfortunately my mother took terminally ill and I've had to take some time away. This also means it's been quite a while since I've run games and I might need to brush up on the rules a little bit as we go. Let's just see how this pans out. I'm Bryan F. Irving. I'm from DH9 Radio and from Gethsemane Games. I'll be your games master for this evening, and we are playing, as I mentioned, Blue Rose by our friends over at Green Ronin Publishing. Most of the maps you'll be seeing today are produced by myself and Gethsemane Games, but depending on where the party go and what they do, not necessarily all of them, so I'll try and put the links to who created the other maps in the doobly-doo underneath. Thank you to Matt Colville for that very useful term. With me today I have 3 players, and I'll have them introduce themselves and their characters, and I'm just going to go around clockwise on my screen. So I think we will begin with Louise.
With me, sorry.
Yes.
I hadn't quite heard you and processed. I'm Louise. I'm playing Myval, who is Rye Raccoon and basically round, hungry, fuzzy chaos.
Good, yeah. And Patrick?
Hello, I'm Patrick Heaviside, and I'm playing Anemone, a sea folk, who is considering changing his name to Barnacle.
Okay, we'll call you Barney instead, in that case. Alright, evening, my name's Shaun. I'm playing a character called Thaldron, who's a veteran, who's kind of like I suppose, a bit like an elf. Has some psychic abilities.
Indeed so. The characters are all members of the show party that's going to show from Her Majesty's Chanterelle, a ship that's on a mission to chart the area of the Starscatter archipelago. One of 3 ships that initially set off on this journey. The ship was battered by a storm in which they later discovered their sister ship, the Diamantina, had been destroyed. They've managed to find several survivors from the Diamantina. Some they found on the high seas the day after the storm, and some they found hiding in sea caves on this mysterious island that the first group of survivors told them about. An island that nobody appears to know exists. An island that's at the end of the Starscatter archipelago, but which just can't be seen unless you get extremely close to it. The party's own vessel, the Chanterelle, is now just offshore, close enough to see the island, but only just so. And the party have had various adventures and expeditions on the island, including several encounters with pirates that seem to be using the place as a base. When we left the party, I'll just bring us over to the map. When we left the party, they'd just had some very heated exchange with some pirates, or they believe they were pirates at least. Here where this red banner is. I'm not sure I brought players over with me then, did I? Yes, I did. And the pirates appeared to be trying to invite them to meet the Pirate King. Or Queen, you're not quite sure. Somewhere else from here. However,
I seem to recall the Pirate Queen was mentioned.
I couldn't remember whether they'd revealed it was a pirate queen or not, but yes it is.
And she's a very powerful mage, I think?
There were hints dropped at that, yes.
Yes.
There were hints dropped at that. They were told to meet up here in a day or so, but the party, not overly keen to do so, were, I think, if I remember correctly, going to head to the... bringing you over to the party's chart. Yes, it's even drawn on there. We're going to head over to the mysterious lighthouse with a strange light in it instead. The lighthouse that wherever the light shines, whatever it shines upon appears to disappear. appears to disappear. That was very clumsy terminology, wasn't it? Anyway, do I have that about right, or was there anything else you would do?
I think that was very Lewis Carroll, personally.
That's on point, yeah.
Good. In that case, I shall take you over to the outskirts of the lighthouse. Just pull this out, and we'll drag the party members over. So, an enemy. Seem to have you heading up the wrong path there.
we're not going to get down that path.
I'll take a drink.
That's an interesting point. An enemy doesn't seem to have come from the character sheet with their.
I might explain why I can only see blackness.
I was going to say, am I supposed to be able to see this map? All I see is darkness.
Well, I'm pulling your characters off the character sheet, but something's gone horrifically wrong already because it's not doing what it's supposed to do. So let me just think where you might last have all been together, and I'll grab the icons we were using there because they're probably set up correctly, whereas the ones on your character sheet don't appear to be.
Are these the other survivors?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Right.
We didn't send them back to the ship.
No,
couldn't
they
remember.
they stayed with us, I believe.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to post the rest of your fucking small army on this map.
I was thinking that.
Right, there we go. So there's Seaman Harold, Sailor Moon, and Seaman Storm joining you as well. Okay, so rising above the cliff face upon the edge of the coast, you see a tall lighthouse. The lighthouse itself has the single circular tower at the northern end, but at the southern end, there is a single story. Is this single story, isn't it? Let me just double check that. Yes, there is a single story of a house itself attached to the tower upon which the light is at the top. So you would say that this looks as if it was constructed hundreds of years ago, if not longer. The once white stucco on the outside is now sort of green with algae, in places black with black mould and damp, and streaks of it running down the side of the building. The whole place looks distinctly uninviting. The windows themselves are streaked with dirt that has been building up over, well, you would say generations just to look at it.
Question.
Yes.
Is that a tree stump in front of or next to the main door?
It is a tree stump indeed, yes.
Okay, so there's a tree stump there, and then there are branches off in this direction. I'm assuming that these are like limbs of a tree, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
Also
Okay.
down in this corner.
Right. From here, can we tell if that's been cut or if it's been something else?
It's been cut down, definitely.
Right.
It looks as if it's been cut down with axes, and it certainly wasn't done as long ago as this building was abandoned.
It looks pretty fresh.
Well, I wouldn't know about fresh exactly, but we're talking a couple of years, not
Right.
not a
Okay.
couple of generations of the rest of the buildings.
So it's not the case that something has just hit it with sufficient force
Aha! No.
to just kind of blow it across the landscape.
No, you can see several hesitation marks and
Right.
strikes where the axe has hit slightly off true from the last time. So it looks as if this has been cut down by people using axes, probably
okay.
more than one person, and it's taken them a fair bit of effort.
Right.
Okay.
Is this a
I
pond?
love how suspicious we get of trees in this game.
I know. Of everything, and anything at all I put on a map just because I think Well, it looks a bit bare there. I'd best put something in to fill that out. Suddenly becomes a point of like,
Bear? Where's the bear?
Yes. Yes.
But surely, is it not rewarding that we take such intricate interest in the things you've put there?
I'm not complaining about it. I'm just passing comment.
Well, no, I wasn't suggesting that you were complaining at all. Because the other thing is, when you put things there, just because it looks a bit bare,
Yeah.
we come along and go, well, hang on, could it be this? Could it be because of this? And surely, isn't that a plot hook?
Well, yes, sometimes it can be.
Terrain suspicion.
Yes.
So we
Sometimes
have
it can be something that you just spend 4 hours searching for traps for, of course.
we have
The door
fun
is
doing
not
it, damn
locked.
it.
The door is not locked.
This is a pond?
Sorry, I wasn't looking. I'll just pan out a bit for a second. Oh, yes, that's a... Pond might be a strong term. It's more a puddle of standing water that
Right.
looks mildly... oh, now what's the term? I would
Brackish?
use? Brackish, thank you, yes.
There's a bush that looks like a squid on it.
A bush that looks like a squid this close to the ocean. Be very careful. Mimic bush.
I have to zoom in to see that.
Oh, a quick point of clarification. I think I could have sworn I heard somebody say this of Blue Rose at some point.
Yeah.
In this particular rule set,
Yeah.
we are above and beyond anything else heroes and to act in a heroic fashion, yes?
That's correct, yes. The
Right.
concept of Blue Rose, if you take the 3 fantasy games in the series, Dragon Age, Fantasy Age and Blue Rose, you have a sort of...
Sliding scale.
yeah, sliding scale from darkest to lightest. So
Got ya.
while there is a motif of some very dark stuff in Blue Rose, that's very much the stuff you're there to struggle against. The idea of the characters is that they should be shining beacons of
Ineptitude.
an attitude or of heroism. Yes. I mean, you do have your stat that has both your positive and negative things on it, but the thing is, if you play towards the negative side of your character, you will start to accumulate tint, which will, down the line, certainly impede your character a bit.
Okay.
And
These...
Sorry.
Sorry. But I want to ask that many questions. I'm far too enthusiastic.
No, go ahead. No such thing as too enthusiastic.
Thank you. The rocks.
Yeah.
Do they look like they were at one point part of the building and have fallen off?
No, they look more like they are part of the landscape, and it's kind of a very sort of Wuthering Heights blasted heath as you come inland.
Got you.
Whereas, out
So this over here is the Heathcliff.
the Heathcliff, yes. So yeah, they're very much part of the found it. Thank God for that. Right, very much part of the landscape. It doesn't look like. I mean, there are parts of the excuse me, parts of the wall that look a little bit damaged, but nothing that makes you think that the whole thing's about to collapse.
Okay.
Looking for signs of habitation. Is there a chimney? Is there smoke?
There is a chimney. The chimney is on the seaward side.
Yeah.
There's no smoke coming from it, and the chimney's quite badly damaged. If you think any part of this structure is about to collapse, you would say it's the top of the chimney.
Right. And is there a wood pile anywhere that we can see?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Yeah, you would imagine this would be quite a cold area, being right on the... having said that, you're in a quite warm sort of climactic area, but this will be a cooler than it
Very
would be
windswept.
because it's very windswept. Yeah.
Right.
Quite chill sea breeze coming at you.
I'm just going to head off to the east. I'm going to take young Roger and Seaman Storm with me,
Okie dokie.
because this is a thing we can do. Oh, hang on, I've got more than one, more than I intended there. Okay, and I'm just going to take a little look through these windows.
Okay, well the windows are so grimy, it's actually a little bit difficult to see.
Right.
You can see, but it's a bit difficult and it's not entirely clear. So a lot of things in there are, you're seeing them as an outline rather than as with any degree of clarity. What you think you're seeing from there is some kind of table here.
Right. So you're saying the character's view is less clear than the player's view?
It is actually slightly less clear than the player's view.
Right, okay. So in which case, probably wouldn't pursue this particularly far if we can't see that well.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the dirt is on the outside, so you could go up and clean it off, I suppose.
Can we see what this is?
Yes, that appears to be a sideboard.
Okay. As in what's on it?
Well, it's an old, dilapidated sideboard. In fact, I tell you what, I'll just turn that on, and now if you hover over it, you can read it yourself.
Ooh. The rotting wooden sideboard is still loaded with old crockery, now streaked with dust and grime. One shelf has partially collapsed.
Should we rock up to the front door?
I think so. I'm kind of interested to do a quick sweep of the perimeter.
Okay, you want to do that first, and then we can go.
Just with my little contingent. If the rest of you sort of want to head north up the west side, I'll just pop round the east.
Okay. Oh, that was weird.
Now, just looking at this cliff, I can see a lot of cracks.
You can, yes.
Do those look do those look safe, or do they look like they would fall away? Oh goodness me, what's that?
Most of it looks safe. It doesn't look like it's crumbling too much. This here is bits of the roof that have come off.
Ah, okay. So now, you see, to my adventurer's mind, that's a collapsed skeleton.
Let me just double check to see if there's a skeleton in there, but I don't think there is.
With scythes for hands.
I see what you mean.
Yes.
I see what you mean. It isn't.
It looks like
you might think that. Yeah.
Some manner of bone construct. I do think with the heat, I've been suffering from paranoia as well. So I'm going to be off on Mars today.
Anyway, so you're moving around the cliff face. The cliff seems fairly stable. Where you are now, that's where bits have fallen off the roof. So you're pretty certain there's a hole in the roof where these wooden tiles have come down.
Looking straight up the wall from where stuff's fallen down, does it look like there are sufficient handholds for somebody to climb up there? Does it look like somebody has already climbed up there and caused damage to the roof while doing so?
Well, it's difficult to say, because you could definitely do with some repointing on the brickwork here. So somebody who's extremely skilled climber might be able to make it up there, yes.
Okay.
That's not me.
Not that I was suggesting doing so. Just purely trying to work out what might have already happened here and why.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the other side, the door that Myval's closest to, you see that it's very, very badly rotted. One of the hinges has popped out of the wooden frame completely, so that the whole door's only being held on by the bottom hinge and the lock.
So I don't really need to unpick it then.
Not really. You think with a little bit of effort, you could just
through.
You
put your paw on it, it falls in.
Yeah. In fact, that's exactly what happens. As soon as you put your paw on it, the whole thing just breaks away and tumbles inside. So I'm just going to open that door for you. And of course,
the earth just moved.
I didn't realise you liked the game that much.
You should be able to see through it now.
I can't.
No, you can't, because I've deleted the wrong fucking thing. I know.
I can't see the description of it, but I can't see where the door itself is.
Ill-maintained wooden door, the last remnants of paint still clinging to it.
Hey!
The wood has begun to rot.
Hey! Oh, I found the bear!
Yes. Unfortunately, since they updated the dynamic lighting to increase some new to create some new effects, which are really nice and will add a lot to the game, but it has broken the API that allows you to open the door with a push of a button.
So you need a V2 version of it,
Yep,
or 6
exactly.
or 8 or whatever it is.
Precisely, yeah. So where where the raccoon's standing now, there's a second inner door which looks as if it's fared somewhat better than the outer one. The outer one having taken the brunt of all the water and the change in temperatures and the weather and weathering. The inner door seems better. It had survived better. Also to the south of you is a slightly spongy now wooden coat rack on the wall.
Can I poke it?
The wooden coat rack, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you stand up as high as you can on your back paws and poke it. Parts of it, the bits closest to the external door, are a bit damp and a little bit spongy, but a lot of it is actually still fairly good wood.
Okay. Cool.
Meanwhile, those of you who are on the other side of the building here, peering through, you can see another smaller table. There's something on the table you can't quite make out through the grime. It's entirely up to you whether you want to rub some of the grime away to take a closer look or not.
I think the only reason I would is because the player's view is better. So that would be metagaming, therefore I won't.
Right, okay.
I will continue the mission, which is to just to go around the perimeter and make sure we're not going to get blindsided by anything.
Okay. So you get into a part of the cliff that's getting quite narrow now as you get up to where the large cylindrical shaped tower.
We'll go single file.
Okay, going single file and keeping your back up against it will allow you to get round, but you will wind up with flakes of the old external paint on the back of your tunics by the time you get round the edge of it. There's only one point that's particularly hairy, and that's where young Roger is now.
Okay.
And on this level of the circular tower, you haven't found a single window in yet.
Okay.
Shall we proceed on into the superstructure then, the building?
Okay.
What do you
Group
reckon,
the
Myval?
second.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to proceed inside as Thaldron suggests?
Yeah. Can we get through this other door? Is that
Okay, let
open?
me
Yes.
just, an ill-maintained wooden door, the last remnants of the paint still cling to it in small flakes. The wood has begun to rot. Okay, so it doesn't appear to be locked, this one. So it's begun to rot. It's not as bad as the last one, so I'm just...
Quick point, please.
Yep.
The 3 additional crew that we rescued don't appear to be controllable. I don't know who might have control of them.
I don't. I tried.
I don't.
I do.
They can just move up behind us.
Yeah.
Backwards for some reason.
Well, look, they're going to form a perimeter just in case. There you go.
So they're going to be sort of behind the rock, behind the bush, covering our
Exactly. Retreat.
escapade.
They'll either be covering your retreat, or when they hear the screaming start, they'll just slink away back to the ship. Okay, so inside...
That's where you get promoted.
Yes.
You wait for the people above you to die.
Inside, Thaldron finds a large room with a stone cobbled floor. There are 2 doorways, although if there were ever doors in them, they've now rotted away. One to the north, which leads into the circular tower, and one to the south, through which Myval has scampered. Inside the first chamber, you also see a large spider's web there, although The spider's web itself is gathering an awful lot of dust, so you get the impression that wherever the spider is, it hasn't been here for quite some time. Up here you see a wooden bench of some description, and here you see an ancient checkerboard left behind from so many years, a game still half played upon it.
Ooh.
Just out of curiosity, this hearth that I'm right next to. Ooh, okay. I was going to ask if there was still soup on the hearth, but okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll head back over to the other.
Is there sufficient time for my party to get all the way back round and to come in?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Myval, you're looking at the hearth, and the hearth that has seen no fire in a generation by the look of it. So no, there's no what's the name on it. Next to it is a wood pile that somebody was looking for earlier, and a particularly moth-eaten, partially rotted bearskin rug here.
Question.
Yes.
The landing page that we have,
Yeah.
is that an purely out of character set of symbolism relating to the game, or is it an in character desk on the Chanterelle?
It's both. It's an in character desk on the Chanterelle, but what I put on it is usually sort of partial clues towards what you're going to encounter in the.
Yes, like with the water in the cup.
That's right, yeah.
My question is there a draft board matching this one on the ship?
Not matching this one, though.
But there is one.
There will be one, I would imagine.
Right. Okay.
But in yours, the counters are black and white, we'll say, rather than.
Yes. Okay. First things first. Let's take a screenshot of this exactly as it is. I.e., we use quill and parchment to map out where the pieces are.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Now, I would say.
A shot, if you will.
Sorry?
A sketch shot, if you will.
A sketch indeed, yes. Sketch. So, this is a game towards the later stages. Several pieces have already been taken.
Red is losing badly.
Yeah.
Nothing has been crowned.
Nothing's been crowned yet, no.
Okay. Shaun, can you work out whose go it is? Okay. Now, metagame thing.
Yeah.
We can only touch. We can only alter the red pieces.
Correct.
Of course, we're the side
When
that's
you
losing.
touch the white pieces,
Yes.
you just can't move them. It's just as if they're glued to the.
Right. Okay. I see. So what I'm suspecting will happen is that it's probably us to go, and when we move, the white pieces will move magically.
That could be a thing. Yes.
Or just to troll us, nothing will happen.
Right. Now, I was raised on drafts,
Okay.
and
So-
Guinness or
the very
something.
first time I ever heard my grandmother swear
Yeah.
was when I beat her at drafts.
Right. Okay. Well, just to top everybody's memory up, in drafts or checkers, if for the people at home who may be American, you only move diagonally, and uncrowned pieces only move diagonally forward. A crowned piece can move diagonally backwards as well. If you have an opportunity to take a piece, you must take a piece. If you have two moves that would both give you an opportunity to take a piece, you get to choose which one of them you make, but you must make one of them. In the event that you accidentally don't, then this is still the older version of the rules, which is slightly different to the newer version. So huffing is still a thing, where if you don't take a piece when you should have done, where if you make essentially an illegal move, your illegal move still stands, but the piece that you should have moved gets removed.
Okay.
So could you take both of these ones?
No.
Although that
No.
would put you into Right.
No.
Okay.
No, you can't. The only legal move.
Only
that
jump
Red-
over one.
That's
The only
Right.
legal
Okay.
move
Yeah,
that Red
it's a
can
long
make
time since the
is,
last playcheck
is
Yeah.
that.
It is indeed.
Right. Okay.
No, hang on. That'll get them one back straight away.
That's the only
Yeah,
legal
that's-
move that you can make.
Oh, because you've got to take when you can.
Because you've got to
Yes.
take when you can.
Like I say, if you're in a
Right.
position where there are 2 possible legal moves, you get to choose which one you make. But if you're in a position where there is only one, then you don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
Right,
no,
you got there.
as is so often the case, Sean, you're right.
Yeah. Does somebody want to make the move then?
Sean, you want to go for it?
Yeah, okay, you'll move the piece. Right, so that one moves to there, taking this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then just
There's a
double
back
checking,
take
'cause
happens.
I think there is
Yeah.
only one legal move for white.
Which is that one. Red's at a very bad disadvantage.
It is.
It is.
Right?
Okay.
So the next move.
I would. Well, I'll make a suggestion. You've probably already got the right answer. I'll see if I can get there as well. This one?
No.
No. Oh.
Why
Well,
would you move one of those back pieces? They're blocking that white in the 5th column.
Yeah.
On the left,
Okay.
right. The best move, right?
Yep.
To make is that one.
Because
They'll get-
although
they'll-
that'll
they'll
go,
get-
that puts the white in position for that one. For this one.
And then when we jump over that one, there's nothing to take. In fact, we'll get 2.
There's
Yeah.
a double move, which
Yes.
is
So yeah, it'll take that and the next one.
like that.
Yeah.
So this column's
Yeah.
getting blank.
I get you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to oppose us to get a crown on the next move.
Sorry, I'm just.
Yeah.
I think I might have looked away at just the wrong moment there. What was the move that just happened?
So the move
From here?
was from here
Yeah.
There.
to there.
To
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 there.
there.
So that's right. So you take that one and that one. Now white has to make a move. It doesn't have a move where it can take a piece. So
Crown up, yeah.
and now I think I have a.
Special token.
I should have.
They should be on a rotating card.
It might be.
Would have made it a better piece element.
Just.
To make it
Or
more-
stack 2 together and group them.
I could just stack 2 together.
That's how we used to do it with
That's right.
Although you're
visible
not going
ones.
to be able to tell that I've done that.
Well, if you edge it out or make one a little bit
Hold
smaller.
on, where's the paintbrush?
Board
Just draw
games,
a
here we
crown
go.
on it.
There we go. Found the. So if I just delete that one and bring this one in, there we go.
Oh,
Hey.
lovely. I like that.
And I'll just make sure that you have control. Right, so you can now move backwards as well as forwards,
Yes,
and I believe it's white to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
it is.
Okay, well, things have got a bit stickier for white now, so they are going to. Up there.
Yeah, agreed.
If you disagree with any moves I make,
It'll be bloody unlikely.
Yeah. Trust me on this one.
Oh yeah. That's an open door with no comeback.
goes that way.
Okay.
And the only one that can actually go is there to take that one.
Yeah.
Which means that one. Now I have to take that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I did it wrong way. Sorry.
These two gone.
Yeah. That one.
No.
That's the wrong one. It was.
This one.
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
sorry. That one. Okay.
Quick question, Bryan.
Yeah.
Is there some manner of audio clue in the soundtrack?
No.
I can't actually hear a soundtrack at the moment.
Well, there's music, but I'm also hearing like what could be either like interference. It's some somebody's audio equipment, including my own. But it does sound a little bit like Morse code.
I hear it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's supposed to be fixtures creaking.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
But yes, I hear what you mean. Yeah. At least I think it's supposed to be things creaking. It might just be audio interference.
Hold on.
Is it not White's move now?
No,
Okay.
no. White's just moved this piece.
Yeah.
All right.
No reason not to push on and get another crowner. Exactly.
White is not doing well anymore.
I think this might be a metaphor for what we're facing on the island. That it looks like we're facing insurmountable odds.
Or a very bored spirit of a lighthouse.
Of a drafts player, right? I'll do that.
Yeah.
It's actually a Ouija board down on its luck.
It hasn't had a good game in years.
Just check under the table. There's not like a Ouija board on the underside of this for the planchette move.
There isn't, no.
Somebody's moving magnets, as it were.
I was going to say some guy with a magnet.
Oh, hello. Pay no attention to the man under the tablecloth.
It's a good move to do it at this point. That one.
Yeah, just chase them forward into our lines. They either get jumped from behind or jumped from the front.
Actually made quite a good comeback there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear that beeping now.
Yeah.
I haven't got the music up that high.
Right, what I can tell you is, it's not coming from Roll20.
Alright, okay.
Do you want to concede at this point?
You don't get an answer. Actually, you do get an answer because at this point, the entire
Board gets flipped over.
Yeah, the entire board gets flipped over, and the checkers start flying around the room. You can feel this tension building in the room as well. Could I get a
Oh, don't be such a spoil sport.
You mean me
Oh,
or
come
whatever's
on.
doing this? Could I get a... God, I can't remember the attributes. It's been so long. How do you game? What a dice.
Do you want a second sight? Psychic contact or something? I
Willpower.
don't know.
Yeah. Could I get
what?
a willpower test from everybody, please?
A willpower test from everybody.
And it's a routine test, so it is only a 7 or better.
I have a willpower of 0.
Sam.
Look at all these stunters going on here.
Okay, so nobody's entirely terrified by what they've seen. You've kind of ducked a bit because you know it's only natural as this thing goes flying around the area. Hold on, I seem to have misplaced something. There we go.
What I would ask on behalf of the crew is, does their willpower or morale effectively have any link to that of their officers, as it often can in other games, and indeed sometimes in real life?
That's a point because they're going to need a roll as well.
I have rolled for them and rolled poorly, hence the question.
Right, okay. So, there are certain focuses that officers can have that could be helpful under things like communication and so on.
Okay.
I'm not sure that any of you have.
What about the stunt points scored by people rolling there?
Yes,
Persuasion?
yes, I will allow you to try a persuasion if you stunned it.
Well, I got 6 stunts, so...
Right, in that case, yes, I'll allow you to make a persuasion roll to try and calm up to 3 of the crew down.
I think there's only 3 of them with us.
Now, everybody, just calm down. Everybody settle yourselves down. We all know what it's like to lose a game, and we get a little bit annoyed. Come on, we've all had a drink. Let's just calm down.
Okay, well, the crew are a bit nervous about the whole ghost thing, and I'm going to say this is going to be a challenging attempt then.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make a persuasion roll with a target number of 13 to calm the crew down.
17.
17. The number of crew calmed down will be equivalent to the number on the thingy dice.
3.
So you've managed to calm all 3 of them down, right up until the moment where this thing appears behind you.
Or beside me, sort of thing, because I presume we're facing east to west across the table.
Yeah. So it'll actually will have appeared here. So it appears there, and it's going to take you all a little bit by surprise, has to be said.
It says boo.
Boo, yes. What it appears to be is somebody in quite archaic clothes, so you can see kind of clearly through them. They're roughly human, or at least they used to be, but their face is now very pallid. Parts of it have rotted away. You can see bits of the skull underneath. You can see the clacking teeth. You get the sense of corruption wafting off from the creature, and with that we open up where is it? NPCs. I had it earlier.
The initiative. That's not it. I actually thought Red was in a bad start position there. But...
Yeah, it is. It's just I'm shit at drafts, and so is the lighthouse keeper. So yes, let's pop open the turn order, and I'm going to move. I'm going to roll for.
Do I take it there's no opportunity to talk him down?
No, there might be. So yeah, go. Well, yeah. When you get to your round, I would say it will allow you to try and talk it down. Hold on, I just seem to have. There we go.
Parlay. That's 2 out of 3.
That is exactly what I was going to say. And this time you lose.
Okay, so if everybody would like to make the initiative rolls for me, please.
Right. Select my token. And click the initiative button. So the ship's crew rolled a 111.
The ship's crew rolled a triple one.
Yeah, Bryan, that was you. You rolled ship's crew initiative. 1, 2, 3.
All right, did I? Right, so everybody in there now?
Yeah.
Excellent. Then I shall order it descending, and we will begin with
What
Myval.
on earth happened there?
This is a new API script that will highlight whoever's go it is. You will notice it also.
Oh, thank goodness, I thought I was being cursed.
You'll also notice it in the chat. It will show you who's up now and who's up next.
Okay, cool. I am going to run forward to Heroforge fit here, and if there is one of the game pieces nearby after they landed, I'm going to pick one up and start it off this ghost guy.
Okay, give me a accuracy throwing attack then, please.
May regret this.
Oh, so the actual dice marker appears underneath
hang on,
whose go it is.
I did it as a regular accuracy roll, is that right?
Yeah, that'll be right.
Cool.
Okay, so I think you've hit it with the
Hey.
with the game piece. Let me just have a look now. Da-da-da. Yeah, you have. So you throw this game piece. It hits where the ghost nose would be, but just passes straight through it because it ghost.
That's how you deal with hard losers.
Fair enough. So next up we have Thaldron.
Right, okay. Let's do the old thingy. See if the thingy will work. There you go. So minor action. A glowing sword appears in my hand.
Yep, okie dokie. So, if you would just like to put any marker on you like to represent that, a glowing sword just bursts into existence in your hand.
Yeah, I don't think I actually need it.
And you are compelled to make lightsaber noises.
Vroom, vroom, vroom. Yeah. And I'll wave it at the ghost in a threatening manner and say, "Stand down, sir." And
Okay.
it was a good game.
Give me a what do you call it? Persuasion test, please.
Okay. 12.
12. This is the first combat round, so he's still angry, so it's a fail. So you try. You what?
If I may, that was off. This is off the back of me just having persuaded and sort of talked everybody down from being freaked out by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Would that figure into what Thaldron's just done?
Not really, because that was you managed to calm down everybody on your side, but
right.
The ghost's anger will decrease every round, unless certain things happen, which kind of
like raccoons pelting him with pieces.
He started it.
An enemy to go.
Okay. Talking to him very levelly and calmly. Taint. What do I know of Taint? Is there any connection between that and, say, like traditionally, sort of puritanically considered to be sinful things? I.e., can I appeal to his sense of gambling and games of chance?
You definitely can, yes, because that's liable to be his sort of balancing element. So you could give it a try.
Come on, double or nothing. I'll lay some coins on the table. Play him again. I bet you can beat him.
Okay, it kind of looks askance at you. Let's see if you manage to persuade it.
Okay. And if not,
still on combat round 1, so it's still a challenging.
If not, I can hopefully distract it, so people can just start wailing on it.
Yeah.
Like a banshee.
Fair enough. You see, it starts picking the pieces back up, putting them back on the board.
6 points of stunts now.
Sway the crowd.
Which I was going to say, which stunts are we going from? Is it the blue rose stunt specifically?
Yes.
Right. Okay. It has been so long. I don't know where I've left the book. Can I hold action on stunts?
Can you hold action on stunts?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
Purely just not to interrupt player. So this will be role playing stunts, yeah?
Yeah.
Got him. Okay. Okay, so sway the crowd, as Shaun suggested. Your interpersonal efforts are so effective they spill over onto others in the area, and you affect one additional person of your choice past the original target.
Okay.
Are there other ghosts in the area?
Not that you're aware of, but then you weren't really entirely aware of this one either. So.
Oh, we heavily suspected that the pieces weren't just, I don't know, moved by magnets, because we checked.
There's a goblin under the table.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, do you know what?
Ignore the goblin under the table.
I'm rather fond of new friends.
Right.
Okay. We're supposed to be heroes. This is my thing. Your actions impress, charms, or otherwise makes an NPC in the encounter think better of you.
Right.
Choose one character who's present. That character now admires you or thinks of you as a friend.
Okay, so we'll say the ghost now admires you for your willingness to give it another game, since it's been trying to play this game for generations and nobody has played with it.
If you win, if the enemy or if they're an enemy or dislike you already, make an opposed communication or willpower roll. So, do we still need to do that, or does what you say just?
You will
right.
do. So, just because he's impressed by you doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to try and devour your soul later, because
Right.
Ghosts.
Okay, so communication persuasion then, if that's all right.
Hey, what if he got so pissed off because he's trapped here and needs to win the game to get out?
It could
possibly,
be,
yes.
yeah.
Which is why I was saying for Shaun just to let him win.
No, don't let me play.
Okay, so
No, I said play him again.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has scored 20, which means he has some degree of respect for you, but he still thinks of you as
potential food.
Yeah.
Right.
The draw of whatever has tied him to this existence, the draw of whatever's turned him into a ghost, is still making him hostile towards you, although he is now something that is your enemy but respects you as an opponent.
Yes. Okay, can I use that same one again then for the try?
It should mention it in the thing.
Usually,
more than once.
Yeah. If you can use it more than once, it will say so.
Yes.
Otherwise, the usual rule for stunts is once only.
That's
Got
right.
you.
Per attempt, or per set of stunt points.
Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah.
Don't think stunned silence would help. Okay, passionate inspiration. Your emotions flare and you're inspired by a brief act of daring or greatness. Gain a +1 bonus to your next action with a further +1 for every additional SP spent. So I've got three left.
Right.
So that's +3 to my next action.
Okay, so I'll say that you've buoyed yourself up with the ability to convince the ghost to stop attacking and to play another round. So much so that you're riding that crest of that wave a little bit. Hello, Shaun's just left the call.
Is this piece meant to be here?
No. No, it's not. Why would it be? You want to use the black squares?
Exactly. It's just that's how the board was. I didn't know if it was some quirk of the ghost or something.
I don't understand what you're asking. It was on the black piece. It was on
Was
the
it?
black square. Then it moved when you asked me, is it supposed to be over here?
Ah, now it was there to start with for me,
All right, okay.
and all I did in clicking on it was to say this one here.
Right, I don't know them because it was on the black square.
So
For
what I
mine.
think, what I think may have happened is that it refreshed for you when I clicked.
Maybe, aye.
Mm.
Could be. Okay, so given that Shaun appears to have dropped out of the call,
Okay.
whom would like to play this round?
Well, hang on, he's not in the call, but he's still in the game.
Yes, but then therefore you can't hear me ask who wants to.
That's fine. It's the heat, leave me alone. Okay.
Hold on. Should we let him know he isn't in the call? He
Yes.
might not know.
He might not have noticed, yeah.
We try adding him back in, surely. Hang on. Oh.
Maybe it was him moved the piece.
That's a possibility.
Although it does seem a strange place to move in if
Yeah.
that was the case.
Okay, so can I get somebody to make the move then?
Right, well, I'm going to move this checker back to where it should be, for a start.
Well, hang on. We're trying to lose here, aren't we?
Well,
to you.
yeah, but it shouldn't...
Hang on.
Whoa, he's gone.
Are you trying to move something back, did you say?
Yeah, because that red one was down here, and it shouldn't have been here, because that's a literal illegal move.
That's what me and Bryan were just talking about.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
I
isn't
know,
there
I
now.
was here listening,
Yeah.
but we need the board set up properly to
It is
start,
set up
surely.
properly.
Exactly.
But it is now.
Now, do you see what's just happened?
No.
Right.
I'm so confused.
It wasn't updated for Louise.
Right.
Yeah, the thing was there.
Right. Bryan fixed it. Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
it didn't fix for me.
Exactly.
Ah, right, okay, so it hadn't updated for you. Okay.
Okay, right.
So,
okay.
so we all had like a delayed picture of what was going on.
How very odd, which might
is
be
weird.
tied to why Shaun's just been dropped out. Well, that wouldn't explain why he's been dropped out of the call. Anyway, would somebody like to
No.
make a move before I get any older?
Okay, yeah, 2 seconds, I'll
I'm
sort
52,
it.
you know. I might not have any left.
Right, okay, here we go. Fuck.
Now,
Sorry,
hang on.
excuse me, roll 20 just crashed on me, I need to
Oh,
reload.
bugger.
Okay, I'll take over.
Okay, go for it, see what happens. Way! Look, everybody, a move.
Haunted checkers table. I'm back. That was actually the move I was going to make anyway.
Excellent. Well, if
Good.
you would like to take over, do please feel free.
Oh, sorry.
I don't mind.
Well, the thing I'm going for here is to let him win.
Yeah.
See what happens.
So that's the move you're going to make, yeah?
Yeah.
But like also, we don't want to like blatantly let him win because otherwise it's no fun for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Should we alternate moves? Do you want to do it all together, or how do we do it?
I don't mind.
In character, is he playing against Thaldron, or is he playing against me?
I mean, I don't know.
I hope I don't win by accident.
The feeling of tension in the air from just before seems to be melting away.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I'm that used to taking the other piece and I can't. It feels like my fingers don't work. Oh god. Bonk. Bonk.
Oh, damn, I didn't see that. You missed a thing there that you could have had.
Yes.
No, shit,
you-
sorry, yes, illegal move. Oh, well, actually, that means you get to,
This is not going to please him.
oh, it's not that piece.
Sorry!
Shit, I've got confused now. So he moved there, so what should have happened is that move should have happened. It didn't, which means
Yeah.
you get to take that piece.
That's Shaun messaging us. He's lost his internet.
Ah.
Can you remember where he put it down?
Now we looked away for a bit there. Have you gone?
Yes. You did.
Oh. Where?
From there to there.
Well, okay.
Wow. Although, yeah.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Shaun.
I didn't even see that.
Testing,
Good.
testing. 1, 2,
Hello,
1, 2.
good to have you back.
Yeah, you are.
Oh shit, sorry, I should have changed those over as well.
Oh. Yeah, just in the process of doing it.
Right. The internet went.
Yeah. As
Fell
it
apart.
wants to do. So I believe it's red to play.
Did I not just go and get that king, or did you go after that?
Must have gone after that.
Right.
Yeah, because I took your
Okay.
previously existing king, yes.
Fair enough.
You get the impression you're winning again, guys.
Just a bit.
What?
See, I'll leave you here, and you've
Yeah,
decided to
one
win again.
All you had to do was lose. You further enraged him. He's twice the size now.
Okay, so that now becomes a king.
It's good to be the king.
Okay, so
Oh.
that one gets taken because you didn't
Oh.
make that move. Which
Good.
means, his actual move next will be to there.
I'm just thinking he could force a loss on himself here quite badly.
Just like the guy who's absolutely terrible at playing win. Remember, guys, we're using Chewbacca rules here. Everyone.
No, it wasn't your go.
Was it not?
White,
Yeah,
it was
no, it
White
was.
go. Was it?
Yeah,
Which move did you make?
I can't remember, but I was waiting for him, so it must have been. Right, you to go again.
Bonk, bonk.
Oh dear.
Please somebody take this off me.
Well, when I tried it, the whole thing crashed, so.
Okay, so the ghost materializes again.
Oh, bollocks.
Right in the seat across from you. Looks angrily at you.
I
However,
really enjoy playing with you.
Okay, give me a persuasion test.
You're just toying with him, aren't you?
Shh. A good game well played.
Okay, so 16 against his willpower. 17.
Ah,
oh,
bollocks.
oh dear.
However, +3
Because
plus 3
of
to
your-
my next action. Which
Yes.
was that.
So that was actually 19 you scored. So the
Yep.
ghost nods and extends a hand.
Take it and shake it.
Okay, so you take the ghost's hand. Both you and the ghost haven't forgotten what's about to happen as a consequence. So this is not an intentional attack, but the ghost is so cold that you can feel some of the life energy torn out of you
Okay.
as you begin to freeze up that arm. That's 10 points of damage.
All right.
The ghost, realizing what it's done, lets go really quickly and then beckons you to follow it as it moves up.
I kind of laugh it off and go, quite a grip you've got there.
It turns and nods and then drifts through here,
Okay, follow it.
beckoning you to follow. And then points at this box.
Okay,
What's in the box, Vic?
take a look.
Okay, so the box appears to be locked. The lock is old and rusty and doesn't look as if it's been oiled or used in a very long time.
Okay. Do you want us to open this?
It nods.
Okay. Are you too bothered about breaking it?
It shakes its head.
Okay. Set 2. Give it a. In fact, Myval, you're our resident vandal.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Vandal.
Larry, oh, I'm halfway through a wall. Ignore that.
When in Rome.
Sake, I'm trying to turn around. I keep touching everybody else. Hang on, I'm moving you for a second.
Yeah, I've heard people use that excuse before.
What I can tell you is Myval has already succeeded.
Okay.
Myval is
You said he was trying to turn round. He is.
Oh, yeah,
So they are, sorry.
they are.
See, thank you.
Okay, so taking a look at the lock, you reckon the lock's probably a bit damaged from rust, so it's not going to be the easiest job in the world to get into it. But you think if you apply a few drops of oil and let them work their way through and then get the picks out, you think you stand a chance. So it is, in order to attempt to get it open, you'll get one go. If that fails, you'll have to break the thing open instead, because that one attempt will represent like as much effort as you are willing to put in before getting frustrated. If you have to break it open, there's a risk you'll damage whatever's inside. So let's see if you can get this open the safer way. So it's a challenging because of the state of the lock. You did apply some oil, so your target number's 13 to beat.
Okay, what is this roll down?
Sorry, this is dexterity lockpicking.
Right, okay, I don't have lockpicking yet, but I do have dexterity.
Okay. 14. And with 2 stun points. So you're working the locks, it's really hard. They're a bit stiff because of the rust, so you're scraping away as you go. And eventually you feel one of the tumblers just begins to give. Put a little bit more pressure on, and you think you're going to break your lockpick. You pull that out and get a more sturdy one. You try again and click, the tumbler turns. Click, the second tumbler turns. And as you open it, you find inside on just this horrible, rotted, manky stuff you think was probably once here. But lying on top of it all is that.
Ah!
That's not to scale, obviously.
Pocket dimension in this chest.
Yeah, I had to move outside to see what that was, but yeah.
Yeah. So it's another piece of the door puzzle.
Cool.
I was expecting it to be the remains of the lighthouse keeper.
I thought it was going to be like head in a box out of 7.
Yeah.
Well, the lighthouse keeper's ghost points at it and then points to you.
Thank you.
It nods.
Yeah, so it's given us a present.
And then with that, it drifts off through that wall.
Okay.
Do we want to go up and have a look at the...
Well, as Bryan said at the top of the show, we haven't been told not to.
See, here's the problem.
Mm.
Right? What happens if you're just about to take a step, the light shines on you, but there's a hole in the floor? And you can't see your own feet anymore.
I would think if you were in it, you'd still be able to see normally.
Right, but things can't see you. Is that from the outside?
Anything outside of the influence of the light cannot see you, but you can still see yourself.
Okay.
That would be my guess. For something that's clearly magical, there has to be some sort of driving logic at the back of it, unless it's been made by some insane magician. But
or indeed Games Master.
Is something threatening us?
Nope.
Okay.
Then why did the third order come back?
I don't know, it should have gone off to its corner. There you go, it's gone off to its corner.
Okay.
It is quite difficult to roleplay as like turn order comes up, a stack of miniatures appear on the edge of the board. It's fine, just keep going with the conversation. What are they?
No, I was clearing it off to get rid of it, and it seemed to have moved it when I removed all the entries.
So back out into the corridor here, there appears to be a circular run around the outside of this central room.
The now quite nervous seamen have decided to we'll stay here, boss, and like protect your back or anything in case anything, because I mean it's going to be crowded up on that. Yeah, we'll go and see how the lads are.
Right. So we
saw him go out through the wall, so he's somewhere outside. Best of luck.
No, you saw him go out through the inner wall, so he's in the circular corridor, you assume.
Just come with me, McGuile, you'll be fine.
Is there some stairs or something, or a ladder to the top of the lighthouse?
Well, not where you are at the moment, but...
Let's proceed on round.
Yeah.
Louise, isn't that what Tony Soprano likes?
What?
Didn't you say gabagool?
I said fake gamer ghoul.
Oh, right. If nobody else watched The Sopranos, that was very funny.
No.
Okay, so moving that way around the way an enemy just went,
what's that
you
look
find
like?
yourself in a dead end with an old wooden box that's holding dusty remnants of something from long ago. We'll say, I don't know.
Okay, right.
Pretty
So
much
proceed.
Well, bits of candles and fixings for the lamp.
Yeah, we'll
That
see.
would make sense.
As Thaldron heads round the other way, as you come round the corner a little bit, you will eventually, I'll just move you see it, you'll eventually find a flight of stairs which lead upwards, up onto the next
These
level
wooden,
up. So
are they wooden stairs,
these are
stone
wooden
stairs?
stairs, yeah.
Okay, easy as we go, girls and boys, and what have you?
With me?
So you descend.
And
you don't descend, you ascend.
non-binary Maya.
And what have you? Yeah.
Oh shit! Shaun's appeared outside of the wall there. That was not intentional. So you begin to climb still further. You find yourself on the next level of the circular tower. The walls here seem. There's a crack runs down one of them, which is mildly disconcerting. Until you remember not seeing it on the outside.
Yeah,
So
my next question was going to be: does that crack correlate to one that's on that cliff, as though the
No.
crack runs right the way through? And
No, this crack's on the north. The cracks on the cliff would have been to the east.
right, okay, good.
On this level, you find yourselves. You come up the spiral staircase at what you think is about the northern end. Unless you've completely lost your bearings. There's a little bit of light shining in through a window around to the what would therefore be the east. As you follow it around, you find that there is a window to the east, and opposite it is a door into the inner circle of this tower. But the corridor also continues to sweep round to the south as well, past it.
It's probably to the roof. Or to the lamp. So should we have a look inside this room?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Let's have a look inside the room.
Let me just remove the door. There we go.
But I'm not on that map if I'm supposed to be on a
No,
different
me
map.
neither.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. That's probably...
I'm still on the old map.
I think I might have brought you up to the wrong bloody place, actually. Hold on. I think I'm on the wrong map. Yep, I am. Shit.
On the ground floor, did we see a bed?
No, you didn't. Okay, so ignore what I just said, because there isn't a door to the... So you come up into a dark passageway, and you come up on the eastern side. Around the corner a little bit, you find there is a window that looks out across the roof, and opposite the window is an open archway which leads into the central room of the tower. Peering round the corner, you can vaguely see that inside that central room are old rotting bits of wooden furnishings and some storage barrels, some bits of rope, and so forth. All of which seem to have seen many better days, and you should all be seeing it now.
Yeah.
And again, the corridor continues round to the east as well, if you prefer.
So let's roll on round then.
Okay. Rolling on round, you find yourselves on the level I described earlier, a bit prematurely. So I'll just drag you over to it. There you go.
Rolling,
I'll just position you all where you can see that doorway and the window out. So you've got the window out across the sea, you've got the corridor that continues to bend round, and you have an now open doorway into a central chamber, which, yes, there are bones on the floor, and there are bits of broken floorboard as well that you can look through and see the room that you didn't go into on the level below.
Is there a broken spear?
Yes, there is a broken spear.
So, did the lighthouse keeper die defending his lighthouse, or possibly just himself against something that was coming in?
It's difficult to say.
Is there just the one set of bones? I say this without walking into the room yet, because I don't want to fall through the
There
floor.
is a skull right next to the open door, and there is another skull over here. So unless whoever the skull belonged to had two heads.
Oh, and there's another one.
Yeah.
I'm stuck.
You'd be stuck in the wall.
Ah, yeah.
Try
Possibly.
that now.
Yeah, that's better. I am now no longer stuck in a wall.
Good.
Right.
So there are potentially 3 corpses in there, or well, 3 heads.
Looks like.
Speaking to the group, but loud enough so that the lighthouse keeper, if he's somewhere near, manifested or not, he'd be able to hear as well. Do you think that we should give them a proper burial?
I mean, if we can do it safely. I don't like the look of that floor.
Yeah, you really don't.
Well,
Yeah.
a length of rope and send in the smallest, lightest among us.
I do have a name, you know.
Yes.
Okay, if Myval's going to attempt it, then I would say they're definitely the smallest and lightest. However, I'm still going to need them to make a roll to see if they break through the floor. So,
Tying a rope.
okay.
We can swing you on a rope when you fall through the floor.
So you're trying to spread your weight as much as possible. So I'm just trying to think what's the best way to do this. Probably a dexterity test.
Okay.
So it's going to be, for somebody your weight is going to be a routine dexterity test, so anything over 7, and you'll not go plunging through the floor.
I think I made it.
Nonetheless, as you work your way across the floor, it creaks and groans ominously. Parts of it sag beneath your paws. You can see, the rest of you can see, like, Myval's paws are getting further and further spaced out from their body, till they're almost like a starfish on the, like, flat to the ground, carefully creeping forward. Inching would be the right term for it. And as they get each piece of bone, they kind of slide it back towards you, practically using the skulls like a bowling ball rolling across the thing, till eventually they've managed to gather safely, they think, all the bits of bone and turn around to start to make their way back towards the door. As they do,
pudding.
as they do, your back paw goes straight through one of the spongier bits of wood. There's there's bits of dust and stuff fly, but you manage to scramble to safety.
5 stunt points if need be.
True.
No, you're okay, you're safe. It was just, you put your back paw through the floor as you turned, but you were able to, like, all of your weight was on the more sturdy part.
Well, honestly, for those 5 stunt points, what's this box?
Don't make me go back!
It is a box with something on it.
Oh. Okay, all I'll say is...
It's a box full of ropes, actually.
Can our raccoon resist what's in that box?
I mean, raccoons are...
Pretty curious, yeah.
If you would like to, you can trust to fate, and you can make a willpower roll with a target number of 9 or better.
Go on then.
Or since you are a player character, I'm going to let you just decide not to. Oh dear.
Unspent stunt points.
So you go back across here. Your unspent stun points will allow you to make it all the way over there to the rope. As you're picking the rope up, it's quite badly frayed. It's been there for a very, very long time. You're pulling out coils and coils of rope to see what's underneath. Nothing of any use to you would be the...
There's something behind it.
It's a bit of spear, I think.
It is, yeah.
spear useful to anybody? Bits of spear?
Well,
Does it actually look like in this room 3 people have died in a fight?
Looking up, it doesn't look so much like they've died in a fight. I'm just going to double check that I'm saying what I'm saying, because it's a while since I designed this, but I think they fell through the floor from above. Let me just check. No, they didn't, apparently.
there's not lots of like little rat teeth marks on their bones, is there?
There are rat teeth marks on their bones, yes.
Oh my goodness!
But it does look like they've died violent deaths, and no, they didn't fall here from above.
Is this a 3 skeleton key reference?
It might be. Surprised you didn't come to that conclusion a bit sooner, as soon as I mentioned the lighthouse, actually.
Blame the heat.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
Yeah, you know what the encouragement squid says, don't you?
No.
Crack on.
Oh, dear. Okay, so climbing up. Sorry, I'm just grabbing some toffees. Climbing up to the next level. Let's see, what do we get at level? Oh, I think you might be at the top there. Oh. No, not quite. Okay.
I can't see anything.
Yeah, you won't see anything just yet. Just because I'm just
Okay,
trying to work
fair
out
enough.
which one's up. It's this one here. Right, you are. Oops, Daisy. Right, you are. So you clamber upwards and find yourselves on the next level up. The
Apparently
stairs.
an enemy brought the chest.
Sorry?
Apparently an enemy brought the chest.
Has the chest come with it? Oh, yeah, so it does.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of the chest. There we go. As you clamber up the stairs, you come out on the western side. Again, the corridor bends around, but as you get to the northern end, there's a window looks out over the northern end of the cliff, and facing it, there is an entryway into the central corridor here. There you can see the ghost of the captain is lurking upon another quite badly rotted bearskin rug, next to which there is a pile of again ancient and now quite badly fouled hay. And there's an archway behind him as well. The captain appears to have taken your arrival with a singular lack of grace. So we will just pop up.
This is the same. This is the lighthouse keeper.
As far as you can tell. Sorry, lighthouse keeper. Yes.
Okay. I'm not in his eye line. I'm stuck in the wall.
Try that.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm stuck in a
I think
different
you're
wall.
stuck in a different wall now.
Okay. How about that?
Yeah, I'm good. Can I possibly get to the front?
Yep.
Because I can move on past,
Yeah.
and you can
You
obviously.
just step over me.
Well, I'm not going to step on you. That'd be awful.
I didn't say over. Oh god, why are you in the turn order all of a sudden?
And I said to him, "We're going to lay the bones to rest."
Oh, shit. That's not what should have happened. This is what should have happened. In fact, because I already rolled, I will just. Okay. So, as you tell him you're going to lay the bones to rest, the thing looks straight at you. Its mouth opens in like a hollow. It looks like a scream, but it sounds more. And this monstrous thing seems to grow even more monstrous.
Holding my hands open.
Seems to be kind of emerging from it in wisps as its eyes become even more shrunken, and it streaks towards you to attack.
Holding my hands open.
Okay.
Should we not? Should we not do this?
Well, right now I'm going to need an initiative test
Okay.
from you.
Yeah. I'm very much going for speech. as and
Yeah,
when.
yeah.
Oh. Mine, I got a, you wanted to send a result, but it didn't happen.
Okay, not worry. Hold on, I'll send you. Okay, what was the number?
18.
18.
I would swear I had my character clicked on, but I token was selected.
Well, for this round only, the ghost gets a initiative boost because it's it streaking towards you. That's the activation of the attack, as it were. So it will actually act before Shaun, and then we'll go Shaun, skip the ghost in the thing, Myval, an enemy, and then everything will be correct for the second round. So in round one, it comes shrieking towards an enemy. It's claw-like, talony hands reaching forwards, trying to pluck the heart directly from your chest. Look at the shit at this. 12. What's your defense?
13.
Okay, so you step back, quite surprised by this sudden burst of aggression from the creature that seemed to be all right with you a few moments ago. Shaun, what would Thaldron like to do?
I'm just gonna do the psychic weapon thing because it only lasts while combat's in operation. It doesn't.
Right, yeah, so you need to spring it again. Yeah.
If I can, which I fail.
So you desperately try to summon the psychic weapon to your hand, but in the panic of being attacked by something you thought you'd made your peace with, you just don't seem to be able to concentrate properly. Myval, what would you like to do?
Flip. Everything went through it, and I don't want to fall through the floor again. Can I sort of bare my teeth in a really intimidating way?
Yes, you can. So you can give me a strength intimidation test.
Okay, hang on. Oh, wow. Everybody wish me lots of luck.
Good luck.
Oh dear. So
-2.
Yeah, baring your teeth in what you imagine is an intimidating manner at the supernatural entity doesn't seem to have had quite the desired effect, and it literally ignores you completely. So
Myval effectively grins at the ghost.
Yeah,
No.
essentially.
Happy smile.
Hubris.
So an enemy is you to go.
Do you wish us to leave the bones there? It seems a terribly disrespectful thing to do. Help us to understand.
Okay.
We mean no disrespect to you.
Okay,
This is
so
your home.
let's see if the thing can break the baleful influence long enough to give you any sensible answer to this. Shit. Yes, it can. Right. Okay, as you're trying to speak to it, it says, influence of the sorcerer can't control. And then it lunges for you.
Right, okay.
There it is, ghostly touch. Oh, that would be the next round. Sorry, no, ignore me. So it's had its go this round. So that's Shaun to go next.
Right, and it's a supernatural entity, so a normal weapon's not going to have any effect on it.
None whatsoever. Yeah.
Right, where's the? I think I should have had to make a roll there before. I don't have the rules open at this point. Bear with me.
Okay.
Rawr.
Just while Shaun's looking that up, I didn't roll for anything with my my words on the last round.
No, it made a roll to try and resist the draw of its taint and failed and passed actually,
Right.
which is why it gave you a bit of an answer to its quite strange actions.
Can you tell us if the stunt points were spent?
If the ghost stun points were spent, you mean?
Yes.
No, they don't seem to have been.
Again, this is purely rules questioning. So, can they carry over?
It depends what to. I mean, it would have to be another
Yes.
sort of self-control test.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably give it a bonus to its next attempt to resist
Yes.
the baleful influence.
That's not it. Sorry, I'm trying to, because these things are spread out in the rule book.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
It's hard to find it. Go to that one. Oh, hold on. Right, let's have a look at this. So they actually range upcoming tests. Attack rolls. Using that doesn't do anything. Right,
I've got a power called sidestep on my sheet that I can't find in the book.
Interesting.
Hmm. No further description to it.
I'll look it up later for you.
Mm.
right, okay, so that's
It's +1 defense.
Right.
yeah, that's if you're wearing no armor, you get +1 defense.
Yeah. Weird thing is, it won't show up in a search of the PDF.
That is a little bit odd, yeah. Okay, so Shaun, how we're getting along?
I'm just reading this again. Segments and showing if it's creatures. The active greatness of fatiguing quantity and 12 willpower. Self-discipline test is required. So, let me just check the character sheets. Yeah. Do I have this? That's 2. Did I roll that? Yes, take the 7. Yeah, so failed that then. Right. So that's a fail, and I'm now at a -1
Right.
penalty on tests at this point.
Okay,
Right.
so what are you trying to do?
So there's nothing stopping me attempting it again.
No.
Right. But if I fail again, then it's going to be means I need to roll a 13 or better.
Right, okay.
Which I'll give it a go.
Okay. 16. That's a pass.
So that happens.
So this time the shock of the sudden attack from this ghostly spectral creature that you thought you'd made your peace with is no longer sort of at the forefront of your mind. You've managed to compose yourself, and the psychic blade springs into existence in your hand.
Right. So I'm gonna take a swipe at it.
Okay, go for it.
Now, here's a question: is its dexterity greater than 3?
Let me just have a look. Its
It's a yes, no.
dexterity is
Yeah, no,
not
yes, no
greater
question.
than 3.
Right. Okay. Then it will be. That's the hit rolls a 15,
Okay, that's almost certainly a hit. Yes, that's a hit.
and it took 13 damage from
It
that.
takes 13 damage. So, surprising the creature quite badly with your savage blow. Your psychic blade slashes through it, taking parts of the sort of ghostly, ephemeral form with it. That just kind of, as they come out the other side, they drift away like they would just smoke. The thing looks very, very startled to have been clobbered in such a way. It hisses and lunges for you. As it's doing so, though, it still seems to be trying to speak. It still seems to be trying to resist this baleful energy that's causing its actions.
Would that shock have had any effect on that? Being damaged, pain.
I
whatever.
will give it another roll, actually. So I'm going to click that and give it +3. Which is 15. Okay, so it's not quite able to break it, but it's getting there. So it's sort of fighting whatever the energy is. And
Is that with the carryover stunts?
Yes, that was what
Okay.
+3 was for.
Oh,
As it's lunging for you, it's saying, everything on the island is tainted by shadow. The lamp. And then it lunges for you. And 12. Is that a hit? On Shaun? Thaldron?
On me, no.
Right, you are.
Unless it can reach through, what do you call it, shields and what have you. But still would be a hit. I'm still able to dodge out of the way of that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So as it lunges for you, it's trying to restrain itself, and you step back slightly out of the way. Careful not to step back too far and wind up going down the stairs. Myval, what would you like to do?
Right, I am going to attempt a psychic contact with it,
Right.
which is TN7 plus familiarity, and resistance is psychic shield or willpower. if that
Okay,
helps.
so you're looking straight at the thing. You're not familiar with it, but you are actually looking at it. So,
You're in close proximity,
you're
so
close
there's no.
proximity. Yeah, so
Don't think there are
shouldn't
any
be
penalties for
adjustment.
that.
Did that roll properly?
It hasn't registered it correctly, but it's all addable up. That's 12, that's 15 with 6 points of stunts. It's that bit, right? So yes, that's a pass. So you managed to
Okay,
make
cool.
psychic contact with this ghost, but as you do, it's like something has just lashed your brain. Yeah, it's a horrible sensation. It's like you've got tendrils of darkness running through your mind, although you realise it's actually running through the ghost's mind, trying to take control of it. You've never quite felt the likes of this before, but you feel that it is what people have tried to describe when they've talked about the tainting of shadow. And you will take...
Evil.
Yeah. You will take...
Can I still try and say something to
You
him
can,
though?
yeah, but you take 5 points of psychic damage first.
Okay, yikes.
But yes, you can try and say something.
What about the light?
Okay, so he's going to try and fight this baleful influence long enough to tell you. So let's see if he can. He's now down to needing 12 or better, I think I want to say. 11. 11 or better to try and beat it now. So let's see if he can. 18, and he's stunted again. So, destroy the light! Destroy the lamp!
Well, that was my next action. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, he's still kind of struggling against you, still fighting against you, but you very much get the impression he's trying not to. But whatever's got this power over him is kind of causing him to act in a much more aggressive way than a lighthouse keeper would necessarily have done on his own.
Have we seen the lamp up to now?
You've not. No, you've seen its effects out to sea, where whatever it strikes just appears to disappear
Yep.
till the light goes past it. But beyond that, you haven't actually seen the lamp directly. No.
Am I correct in thinking there's another set of stairs up?
Yeah.
There is, yes.
It's
Right.
here.
It is.
Ah.
So it is an enemy to go.
Okay. He was distracted by drafts,
Yes.
games.
Yeah, yeah.
That must be something that he enjoyed in life. I'm going to try to make some manner of game from what I've got in my pockets.
Pick a
Okay.
card, any card.
If I've got a deck of cards, that'd be great. But I don't
Chase the
think I do.
lady.
You may fancy a game of Dungeons and Dragons. Just the time it'll take you to generate a character should give our lads time enough to go upstairs.
Go and smash a lamp.
Yeah.
No,
Oh
no,
shit!
no,
He's got D&D Beyond. He's going to do it in half the time.
no. It's what do you call it? RuneQuest.
RuneQuest.
I'll do
the new version, RQG.
RPG, yeah.
Gives
I
you
will
a full
do-
day to get the characters sorted. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Welcome to Illuminating.
Remember that email address.
We can't.
D9radio@mail.com. Yeah.
I'll do one of those like pub game style matchstick puzzles.
Right.
I'm going to use the pieces of straw. I'm going to get 21 of them
Right.
and arrange them in a triangle.
Okay, so that's going to take you the rest of the time for the round then, as you try to arrange this. This
I invite
straw
him to
puzzle.
sit and to play.
Okay, so when it gets to his go, I'm going to make it a willpower roll to see if he can. Because his preference would be to play a game rather than to try
Exactly.
and kill folks. So it is Thaldron to go next. What would you like to do?
I'm heading for the stairs.
Okay, so you head up the stairs, and from where you are, as you're dashing up the stairs, you start to feel like a cool air above you. As you do, you get to the top. Coming out here, there's like a trapdoor at the top of the stairs, but you're able to just unbolt it because the bolt's on the underside. You unbolt it and come through the trapdoor onto the outer platform around the lamp, gazing down across the southern end. I'll just drag you over to this map.
I'm already there.
You're already on. Oh yeah, I seem to have dragged everybody over already. Yeah, okay. So there you are. You are about there. You can see that there's like a glass enclosure in the centre part, and inside that is a huge, ornately carved lamp. Each face of the lamp is carved like a screaming human face, alternating male and female all around the outskirts, and where the mouths are open and screaming is where this dark light emerges from, and whatever it touches becomes invisible till it passes. It's currently northeast of you.
Right.
You've had a minor action to get here, so you've still got a major action left.
Can I run in and smack it with my shield?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the option. I can't smack it with Psychic Sword because that wouldn't have any effect whatsoever unless it affects magic.
Right. Yeah.
In that way, it doesn't affect physical objects.
Okay, so you come running in and smash it with your shield. The thing's quite heavy and mounted quite sturdily, so you're going to need a strength might test. It's a difficult one, so the target number is... Let me just find it.
Bollocks.
The target number is bollocks. There we go. It's 15 or better.
Yeah, wish me luck, girls and boys, and anybody who's obviously LGBTQ+. A 12.
Oh, not quite. So you bang it suddenly, and it rocks on its place, but still suspended by the chain above and whatever's sort of clamping it on the bottom. So it's rocked around a little bit, and I'll just need to take that lock off. I can't remember how you do that.
And my intention is to stay ahead of the light, or to duck under it
Right, yeah. Well,
as it spins around. I don't want to get hit by it.
Yeah. God, I don't know how to take the bloody lock off the damn thing again. It's one of the settings. This is a new thing, you see, locking
A graphic.
a graphic. It might only be locked to players and not games masters. Let's just have a look. I think I've just moved the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. So that turns. Come here.
It's gone over there.
Yeah, I'm trying
It's
to maneuver it into position. Can't like it's now refusing to.
Use it to move.
Alright. That kind of move it down thing. So I can change that ratio, but not that. Okay. How the hell do you unlock these bloody things again? Layer, advanced, lock position. There we go. Take the lock off. There we go. So it's spun round to there this time. So you're still ahead of it at the moment. It's still pointing out to sea as you bash the thing in a desperate attempt to get control of the situation. I will just remove you from... do I though? Or do I just leave you in there? I'll just leave you in there, I think.
I'm stuck on the wall anyway.
Yeah. There.
I can go anywhere.
Right, okie dokie. So, Ghost of the Lighthouse to go next. It's going... You've gone up the stairs, so it's going to attack an enemy. Once again, lunging for you with its ghostly touch.
Or is it going to play a game?
Oh shit, yeah, that's right. You're starting to spread the game out. So, 12 or better on its willpower test, and it will be distracted by the game instead. 12. Okay, so this round it's got control of itself. If not full control of itself, then at least enough to sort of drift off and look at the game instead. So, Myval, what are you doing?
I am going to attempt Psychic Shield,
Right, go for it.
which would hopefully stop any weird, creepy, gross tendrils in my head.
Yeah. Okay, so 4, 10, and 4 stun points. Target number, it says none. Yeah, that can't be right.
That's weird.
No. Your target number for fatigue and what have you for you casting Psychic Shield is nothing. Effectively, it's basically you can shield your mind from when you are the target of an arcane granting a willpower resistance test. You can make an opposed Psychic Shield test first.
Right, okay, so this kind of goes off as a reaction to you being psychically attacked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can have something else to do this round instead if you want to then. Although, no, you will need this because you're trying to keep those tendrils out of your mind. So,
Yeah.
he's not actively attacking you, so I'm going to say that that's a success. This round, you managed to sort of fight your way through the sensation of these black tendrils of shadow that are working their way through the ghost's psyche. They're not touching you this round, so you won't take any psychic damage.
Okay, cool.
Is that a major or a minor action, Psychic Shield? I suspect if it happens...
It actually says it's a free action.
Free action, so you can still act.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to try another Psychic Contact, if that's okay.
Didn't you succeed with the last one, though? So you...
Is it ongoing?
Yes. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Suggestion?
Yeah, that's what... okay, so, sure.
Can you cast Psychic Shield on others?
No.
Let me check. I don't think so.
No, you can't.
Because if you could shield the ghost from the influence...
Unfortunately, I don't appear to be able to. But I am going to be a creepy little voice in his ear and be like, yes, come play games, ignore spooky squid. Games, yes, games are fun.
Okay, so you're helping convince him to play the games. An enemy, you are playing the game with the ghost.
I am.
Okay. So it's back to Thaldron. Could you give me another strength test? I'm going to give you a bit of a lower target number this time because you damaged the house in the last.
Yeah, strength test. Here we go.
So it is now.
Still only 12.
Oh, you're only 1 point off a success there as well. Okay, so you slam into the thing again. You can feel the mount that holds the thing in place begins to buckle as once again the light twists.
And as part of my minor action, as it were, I'm going to move around the lamp, staying out of its beam.
Yeah, if you want to move yourself around then, while I move the lamp beam, which is now pointing southwards.
I would, but I can't.
You can't. Okay, well, I'll shift it.
because I'm not on the map.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
I'm on the other map. it's kind of yeah. But you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so back down. So really, the only thing that matters now is whether the ghost loses control of itself again before he manages to break the lantern or not. So we will just have a go on the ghost. Power test. Target number's 12 now. Right, the ghost continues to keep control of its own itself, just playing the game instead. Although you can see there is a huge amount of tension. It's kind of thrashing slightly, trying to get this negative energy out of its head. This energy that's trying to compel it to kill you, but it's focusing on what it would have loved most in life, which was playing a game. Upstairs, Shaun, you get another attempt. You've damaged it still further, so your target number's dropped again from 13 to 11. Oh, shit.
No. I'm not the strong character.
No, it would seem not. So, one more chance.
None of us are.
Oh, the ghost's lost control of itself. This evil influence is managing to kind of get into its brain. You can hear it scream, "Get out of my head!" And then it lunges forwards for an enemy. So let me just make an attack against an enemy. I said it a moment ago.
I live
An
in
enemy.
Barney, we're calling him Barney.
Barnacle.
14 and with 5 stunt points. So it lunges
Ouch.
forwards, taking you completely by surprise. Its hand passes into your chest. There's an icy chill through your heart. It has pierced armor, so it will ignore your armor. And it's also going to do an extra dice damage. So it's 3d6 plus 3. So I'll just roll 3d6 and then we will add 3 to that. Oops, it is. Get off. Fucking thing. Right. 15 damage. So, given that the creature is very definitely attacking this round, Myval, it's you to go next. What would you like to do?
So I can't physically hurt it because it's a ghost. I'm gonna keep trying to get through to him.
Okay.
Stop attacking! Resist it! Resist! Play a nice game with us.
Okay.
Fun!
Give me a persuasion test, then, please.
Resistance is not futile.
You're going to need to beat 11.
Would that be under communication? Yeah.
Sorry, it would. Yes, communication, persuasion.
I got 11.
11. So his bonus is slightly higher than yours. His actually, he's trying to work in your. No, I'm going to say that's a pass. I'm going to give you the tie.
Cool.
So you managed to cause the thing to kind of staggers backwards, clutching at its head, seeming to try and pluck these shadowy tendrils from its brain. You can see it reach inside its head, and as it pulls out, there's these black, shadowy pseudopods attached to its hands that it's squirming and trying to get back inside it. It's screaming as once again above you, Thaldron tries to knock the...
Here we go.
11. Right, so on this last occasion, you knock it from the mountain.
What score would I actually need?
11.
11. I haven't rolled 11. I've rolled 10 in total.
Oh, why is it showing 11 then?
Because I'm on a -1 for fatigue.
Right, okay. Actually, was it not 11 last round?
No, I rolled 9. Yes, it was.
It
I
was
needed to
11
roll
last
11
round.
last time.
So it's 9 you needed this round, so you've still passed, even with the fatigue. You've still
Right.
passed. So you've managed to knock it from the mountain. It goes clattering along the ground and comes to rest with the active face facing down. As it does so, you've got a split second to decide what to do with this thing while it's off, essentially.
Can I throw it off the top of the lighthouse?
You can. So you scoop it up and swing it around your head and let go. Vroom. End over end it tumbles through the air. Can I just get a dodge roll to make sure you don't get caught by the black light from it? So I'm going to need a dexterity. Yeah.
There you go.
Acrobatics. Oh, you see it about to flash in your direction and you kind of cartwheel to the side. It flashes past you instead and a section of the glass wall disappears. Only this time it doesn't come back when the light's no longer on it. As it tumbles away and away and away, it goes into the sea with a spoof. There's the amount of water displacement as it plunges down through the waves is far greater than the size and mass of this thing should allow. As it disappears beneath the waves, however, you've managed to destroy the tainted blacklight, which is keeping the island invisible, and suddenly the island winks into view for all who are within range. Those on the southern tip of the southernmost stars, or what they thought was the southernmost stars archipelago, Star Scatter Archipelago Island, can now see this new island just wink into existence on their horizon. There is, as you can imagine, some confusion. But as this happens, the lighthouse keeper suddenly collapses and you just hear, ah! And then he disappears.
Rest in peace.
No, you can't rest in peace because he hasn't finished the game.
Yeah, comes back as another ghost going, I've got to finish this fucking game.
We weren't playing with some bits of straw. We just had a copy of Jumanji.
I'm just like obsessively licking my paws and trying to clean my ears now. I just feel really unclean.
And with that, although you won't know it yet, you have definitely made firm enemies of the pirates, because now their hidden cove or their hidden island is no longer hidden. They're going to need to find somewhere else to operate from. They're going to know it was you, and they're extremely pissed about it. Already people on the next closest island are eyeing this one, thinking, what's going on there? Perhaps we should investigate. Why is this island winked into existence? The pirates' position has become very untenable. They're going to be extremely annoyed with you about it, but we'll find out what they do about that next week.
I think we all need to take a breather at this point.
I think you do all need to take a breather at this point,
Yeah.
so you can take a breather if
Yeah,
you would
just
like.
see the anemone's flipping health.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, you can also level up to level 3.
Hey!
Awesome.
You have destroyed a tainted artifact of the Sorcerer Kings, which means if anybody has a point of taint at the moment, you can remove it. Just the one. Don't think anybody has yet.
No.
And with that, I hope you've enjoyed the game.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for joining me for this one.
Thank you for running it.
No problem. I will be sorry if I've seemed a little bit distracted at points, but I didn't mention this earlier because I thought you would, if I told you this, you would suggest that I not run the game, and I really need to get back to gaming and doing some normal stuff. But today would have been my mother's birthday.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Bryan.
So I very much needed something to distract me.
Then I'm glad things have gone as they have, and I did not notice a single point of distraction. This has been a phenomenal game, and I was going to say this anywhere. What an absolutely positive impact this has had on my mental health. Getting back to this and being back with everybody, and playing an entire session without a single act of aggression.
Yeah. It's one of the things I love about Blue Rose is most things can be solved with a minimum amount of aggression. Most, not all.
Yeah.
But
You know how much I like the combat system in Age, yeah?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it more than any other tabletop combat system I've ever played. I've specifically asked you, can we have more combat?
Yeah.
Yet here, I asked you at the start. You know, we're meant to be mythically good heroes,
Yeah,
pure.
that's right. Yeah.
And I thought, I want to play to that.
Yeah.
I didn't want to kill the ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
I mean,
the
the ghost is already a ghost, so. Yeah.
Well, I didn't want to destroy the ghost because
Yeah,
obviously
no.
the ghost was under some other influence at that point.
Yeah.
So the idea was maybe to give it a bit of a sharp shock. Notice I didn't hang around for any combat.
Yes, indeed.
When he said something about the light, the lamp, at that point, my immediate next thing was I'm going to run up the lighthouse and somehow attempt to destroy what's going on up there.
Yeah.
I was hoping one of you would go and do that. The other one would take the bones, and I'd keep him distracted because he'd engaged with me previously.
Yeah.
If we'd buried the bones, would that have weakened him? Had any kind of effect? 'Cause he seemed aggravated by it.
No, it wouldn't, because none of them were his bones. They were bones of people that have died here since. So
Previous
you
victims.
might say that he's killed. Or in at least one case, it was just an accident. But
Under the influence,
Under the
though.
I know you always put that living history in, you see, so I like asking those kind of questions and find it.
Undead history.
Indeed.
Okay, sorry, I've suddenly started getting loads of messages from everyone I have ever met, all arriving at once and all on entirely different topics. It's just bizarre.
Is Ben posting silly questions again?
Ben is one of the people who's posted, but I haven't read any of them. I just quickly scanned to see if any of them were from Marie. But anyway, thank you for coming. Level your characters up, ready for next time. I'll have a quick chat with you about what your next move is going to be, so I know what to prep towards. One thing I would say before we go, though, is you were saying about you love the combat system in Age. I agree. I love it as well. There is a version of it which I like even more than the standard. The version of it that you get in The Expanse.
The Expanse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely brutal.
It's a slightly different game, and the stunts within it are much more team play than anything else.
Absolutely. And once gunplay starts, shit gets really serious really fast, because you don't have hit points in The Expanse. If you take damage, you either manage to buy it off or you take an injury. So if you get hit, you've got like fate style points you can use to buy injuries off, but that has other uses as well in the game, so you might be using them for other things. If you don't buy off all the damage, and if your armor doesn't reduce it to 0, then any amount of damage that goes through means you take you take a wound or an injury. And that will buy off another D6 damage. If that's still not enough, you take a serious
It goes
injury.
to the next level of damage. It's like severity. You go through 4 levels of severity.
Yeah, and if you get to the last one, I think it's 3 actually, if you get to the 3rd one, whoever shot you gets to decide what the result was if you still haven't bought off all the... So you can choose to shoot somebody non-fatally, or you can choose to go, well, if he's still got damage to take, I'll kill him off. So the fights in that are very similar in a lot of ways to the rest of the Age game, but much, much faster, because you don't have that hit point bloat that you can get at high level. People go down.
It's not Fantasy Age where you total in 100 and some odd hit points, and it's just like and 10-point armor.
Yeah,
there's none of that goes on.
No, that's right. You've probably got like 15 fate points if you're a character, and it's great, especially for modelling the series, The Expanse, and the books, The Expanse, where once
very
guns
brutal.
come out, very brutal. Once guns come out, people are in serious trouble very, very quickly. Anyway, sorry, go on. No, go on.
I was going to say, as a very good friend of mine and excellent GM once said, in his career army, there is no such thing as aiming to shoot somebody non-lethally.
Yeah.
Any gunshot can kill somebody.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because I'd said, okay, I'm going to try and injure this guy to drop him, because it was in Shadowrun. And this was a member of Lone Star.
Yeah.
And he said, well, firstly, I'll tell you this bit so you know for future reference. That, even aiming for the shoulder, there's nerve bundles and all sorts. You're trying to do it with a light machine gun.
Ah, yeah.
That's not going down.
You're just going to cut him in half.
Yeah, I was the street samurai. I was like the heavy hitter.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sort of damage this guy in any way that's non-lethal at all. I'm more likely to cut him in half.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody at home for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back next week to find out what happens on this no longer invisible island, as the pirates will be forced to respond. Well, we'll find out exactly how angry they are with the players then. I say next week, hopefully it'll be next week. Do stay safe, take care, but from us for now, good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.
Don't have too much fun.